We were totally not talking about other people before we went live. It's so great to see all of you, especially Jenny. She's the number one talker. If she were a mushroom, she'd be a
What?
shiitake. No,
Hey.
it's your it's your favorite time of the week. It is Star Trek Tuesday. The main viewer, we talk about all the cool Star Trek and sci-fi news of the week, and of course, we all
Yes.
know I was just joking. Jenny was not saying anything bad at all about anybody.
You know me.
Right. This was the one time you didn't. We have so much to talk about, you guys. It's going to be so much fun. I can't believe what a lucky day we have for us. Can a day be lucky? If it could, it
Absolutely.
is. Thank you. We have a new trailer for season 3 of Strange New Worlds. At this point, I feel like we've basically seen all of the season, right?
No
Kind of
way.
seems like it.
and, and I got it memorized. And we have 5 ways that season 3 will change Star Trek's prequel. That sounds like spoiler. We'll find out if it is or not.
Oh.
It's a screenrant.com article, so we know that they're not going to give any real spoilers. They're going to tiptoe around it and be very smart and interesting about it. Lots of Strange New Worlds news. Also, Brent Spiner says something. Whoa, pretty crazy. He talks about which Star Trek show is the best show ever. Ever. Not Star Trek, just best show ever. That includes Quantum Leap.
Hmm.
So, and
Spoiler alert,
also,
it's this show.
It is this show.
Yeah.
Spiner is known for being really sweet and
Yeah.
complimentary to us. Yeah, he's a
Hmm.
sweetie.
Yeah.
Uh, I had to get a PO box because he kept showering me with the
Isn't
main
that
viewer
nice?
gifts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, Also, anyway, there's a lot of Star Trek news to talk about. There's kind of some Orville news finally. Remember that show? The
Yeah,
Orville?
Yeah.
Is that
yeah.
like
That
popcorn?
a lot of people were like, this is the real Star Trek now. It doesn't say Star Trek in it, so it can't be. But we'll talk about it because I love the Orville. I think it's freaking
Mm.
phenomenal. And I can't
Hmm.
wait to announce to everybody when season 4 is. In this article, it tells us maybe. With Melissa Longo. Whoa.
You know what's great about the Orville? It had Dolly Parton in it.
That is pretty
Yes, it
awesome.
did.
Melissa,
Actual Dolly
you
Parton.
know you can say Dolly Parton without going like this, right?
I did not. Oh, did I do
You
that?
totally did that.
It's got Dolly Parton in it, everybody. Can
Dolly
you
Parton.
believe it?
That was so Freudian.
It's a very big deal.
Whoops.
Well,
No, but
There
she's
it is.
awesome. I love
Yes,
Dolly.
She's
she
wonderful.
is.
Just like Jenny R. Johnson, who's here.
Woo.
Woo!
Hello. Hi.
Everybody, the Matt Boardman. He's called the Matt Boardman because
Yes.
he's number one in everybody's hearts.
what's up? My hands are gonna go over here. They don't want to be below the desk for anything funny, but they're not doing anything funny up here either.
Wait.
Did you ever get that? Like, keep your hands above the table, the dinner table, because they said that people used to think it was weird or impolite if you had your hands down here somewhere. They're like, what's going on? What do you think's going on? I'm eating dinner.
Right,
Mm.
Why would anybody,
Hands where I can see them.
why would anybody be
Wow.
like, I'm going to only eat my burger with one hand, so my other hand is free?
Got one hand in my pocket.
Yeah.
And the other one is flicking a cigarette.
Nice.
Linda Anderegg says, poor Dolly had a breast reduction and they grew back.
What?
It's the first time I've heard of that.
Is that a real thing?
I don't know.
Wait. I think
Is
that's a
it-
joke.
Are they like hair or nails?
No, that's a joke.
But
That has
they
to be a
can
joke.
Grow.
Those aren't real.
They can grow.
They're
They
not
can
real?
grow. They're not real. No way.
And they're
Well, I've always
fantastic. Or was it
wondered
fabulous?
this. I've always
Spectacular.
wondered this.
Spectacular. Thank you. That's the one.
Mhm.
Anyway, you
Spectacular.
guys, we're going to talk about Star Trek in just a moment. My name is Ryan T.
Oh.
Husk. I'm wearing a purple shirt like Grimace.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Grimace.
Remember Grimace? Everybody in the live chat,
remember
who was
Grimace.
your favorite Ronald McDonald thing? Remember when Ronald McDonald had a lot of thing people?
Oh
Like there was like
yeah.
a birdie, there was Grimace,
Hamburglar.
Hamburglar. I feel like, was there any other? Or was it
Hamburglar.
just those
Mayor
four?
McCheese.
Mayor.
Was
Oh
that
yeah,
one?
Mayor
Okay.
Mayor
McCheese.
McCheese? I don't
Yeah,
remember
Yeah.
and
Mayor
there
McCheese.
was
Oscar
and
the
there was
Grouch,
because there was the
Cookie
Hamburglar, and
Monster,
then there was also like
That's
there was a
Sesame
Tickle Me
Street.
policeman.
Elmo.
There was a policeman too.
That's
And they had
Sesame
Okay.
the
Street.
Fry Guys
Yeah.
that
The
looked like little
Fry
pom poms.
Guys. Yes.
Hmm.
The Fry Guys.
Yes.
Hamburglar. He was fun.
McDonald
Anyway,
Land.
hello to everybody in the live chat. Thanks for partying with us. This is Walter, Joel, Cassandra, Dave, Chuck A, Amanda Stevenson, Linda Anderegg, Bob D, Herbert Turner, Ben Genium, cool name. That might get coolest
Yeah.
name of the year at the Chillers. Um, if anybody agrees with me, that is Glenn Iverson, Lucia Raz out in Brazil. Hello to you, Fran Iverson. Hi, May Borello out in the May area. I think she's in the South May. Are you in
Nice.
this? Are you in the South May? May? Or are you in the Peninsula? You might be in the Peninsula. Um, Red Shirt Bob, Rookie of the Year. Everybody else, thank you so much for partying with us.
Um, okay, so Cassandra says yes, they do. And Linda Andrick says this is a real thing, that they it's a medical condition, precocious puberty.
Oh, that's what my parents used to say about me.
That was like
I
early.
don't.
I'm very
It's
confused.
To be honest, it seems like a medical condition that's actually like serious and maybe not fun and maybe uncomfortable and stuff. But precocious puberty makes it sound way too fun. They need to come up with a better name than that to make it sound, you have precocious puberty. Whoops. And the
Sounds like a
person's
Mary
like,
Poppins
seriously,
song.
this is a medical situation. I'm not sure if I'm comfortable. It's precocious. It could happen anytime. Take it more seriously, guys. All right. Okay. May Borello says Redwood City. You're in the peninsula. You know, I used to rock out with a metal
Ooh.
band in Redwood City. Unfortunately, it didn't last very long. There were two members, both called Alex, and they were both guitarists called Alex. It was really interesting. One
Wow.
was
Nice.
Russian, and he loved like the slow, grindy death metal, and the other one
Uh-huh.
was Armenian and Mexican, and he loved
Ooh.
System of a Down. So I thought it was gonna be a great mix.
Oh.
Turned out it wasn't. Oh well.
Oh.
Hmm.
Thought it was gonna be.
Oops.
Hmm.
Anyway, please everybody make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon for notifications, and if you're listening in, give us a 5-star rating. And if you do, the Matt Boardman will do a Batman impression.
Also, hide your wheat thins.
Hey, did you hear the news about wheat
Oh.
thins?
No.
No.
There's like actually wheat thins news. Breaking wheat
Finally.
thins news. They've been banned in all these countries in Europe because of the preservatives that they use in them because they're really bad for you apparently.
Oh wow.
Anyway,
Wow.
Rico, slow down, for
I know.
God's sake. What are you doing to yourself?
more for Rico though, right? More for Rico.
No. What's gonna happen to
Rico
him?
likes the wheat thins.
Okay,
Oh my.
Yes.
scary. But Europe is always way stricter about
Oh yeah.
keeping things like I think whatever it was, they allow way less pus in their cow milk than we do in the
Yes.
States.
So do
Like-
we.
True.
Yeah,
It's
everybody
true.
does. Americans are like,
Yeah.
Americans are like, yeah, as long as it's like less than a teaspoon per gallon, a teaspoon of pus
Oh.
per gallon of cow milk, then that's good enough. And, Italians are like, no, half a teaspoon only.
Yeah, I was just having this conversation with a couple of people recently within the past few days, and they're like, "Well, why don't you drink milk?" And I was like, "Well, because there's a lot of pus in it. There's
Interesting.
a lot of pus, so I try and stay away from milk."
Oh my.
Anyway, so that just makes me
Yeah.
sad because I eat cheese, and cheese, I'm sure, is
Well,
Anyway.
yes, I know. Yeah.
So Rico, you might want to consider Triscuits.
Mm, I
Who
do
knows
love a
how the Dutch
Triscuit.
feel about Triscuits, though? We don't know. Maybe they have
Love a
problems with them too.
Triscuits.
Yep.
Anyway, all
Love a
right,
Triscuit.
everybody. Let's talk about the news. Boy, there is so
That's a
much
great
news
idea.
to talk about. First, there is, oh, here's something fun. This is just on the internet at facebook.com. It's a fun thing that I stumbled upon.
Ooh.
There's this lady who posts,
Oh,
I think her name might be Melanie Bracewell. I got this photo with Gus. Why is she calling Gus? Uh, and the conversation went like this. Hey, can you pretend this banana I found outside is a gun? He says, it is a gun. And she says, shit, you're a good actor.
he is a good actor.
He is a good actor. Oh my God.
And I'm
But,
seeing him everywhere in everything. And I'm
Yes.
okay with this because
Like
he's a
what?
really good actor.
Mhm.
Well,
Yeah.
there is this detective show on Netflix, and her name is, I love the name.
Okay.
Anyway, he gets murdered, and she figures out who murders him. Of this, was it a hotel? It's some. Oh, he he was like the concierge to the president of the United States, and
Oh,
he
okay.
gets murdered,
Uh-huh.
and she comes in and figures it out. And then the other time, it was in Poker Face. I just saw him last night
Oh.
in Poker Face, and
Uh-huh.
Katie Holmes is his wife, and he murders his wife in Poker Face. So-
Wow.
Interesting.
Wow.
You know,
He's really good.
Mhm. He's in The Mandalorian. He's in a
yep,
bunch
he's
of
the
stuff.
Mandalorian.
Yeah.
He was great. He was a bad guy. He's in the
Mhm.
boys.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
He's got a good range. Yeah, he could play
Yeah.
innocent or not.
Mhm.
Well, he did that in Breaking Bad, and that's why he was, in my opinion, the best actor of his time. When I saw him in Breaking Bad, I
Ooh.
was like, this guy is out of
That's
my
cool.
planet right now,
Wow.
Giancarlo Esposito. Anyway,
Mhm.
the point is,
Yeah.
here's the update 10 years later. So that she got that picture 10 years ago. And she says, I got another photo with Giancarlo Esposito, and the conversation went like this. Hey, 10 years ago, I got a photo of you pretending a banana was a gun. Do you remember me? He says, of course I remember you. She says, shit, you're a good actor. Shit, you're a good actor.
I really
It
like
is a
this.
gun. Yeah.
I like this before there was a follow-up.
I feel like she was doing like Indiana Jones Disney bounding
Oh,
here.
she's a New Zealand comedian.
Oz. Oh yeah, Oz. That's a thing. Melanie Bracewell. Anyway, I thought that was fun. Good way to start the day.
Yay!
Yeah, it is. I'm gonna find this show.
Breaking Bad?
Oz
No
Comic-Con.
Star Wars?
Oh.
credits.
What was
Oh,
the
gotcha.
Mandalorian? He was in the Mandalorian, right?
Yes.
Oh.
He was indeed.
He has
Actor.
204 credits.
Yeah, he's
I know.
been in a lot of stuff.
With an upcoming 8. So
204 credits. That's how much Morn owes Quark.
Where is it?
All right. Here we go. This is from
Sorry.
StarTrek.com. It's our favorite website.
Hey.
You know why?
No
pop-ups.
pop-ups! Melise is
No
distracted.
pop-ups. No
That's right.
pop-ups. Woo!
The official trailer for Star Trek Strange New Worlds Season 3 is here. Binge Season 1 for free across multiple platforms from June 30th to July 31st. What about Season 2? Wait.
I was
What?
just going to say, you're going to need season 2 leading into season 3, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
Yeah,
say.
but-
What are they
yeah.
thinking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So,
I was wondering
this-
about that too. But this
Quick,
has,
look at the thunder thighs.
I know. I
Oh
wonder if this
yeah,
poster's like
and the
upside down.
hearts.
This makes me feel like it's upside down.
But this article is jam-packed with the trailer and all of the new photos that have been released as well.
Ooh, we love
So
that.
they
Wow. So
have,
it's one-stop shopping for
We love a
us.
good gallery.
yeah, yeah, it is a
Mm.
good gallery. And the show is called The Fall of the House Usher. He was a house usher to the President
Gotcha.
of the United States, and he gets murdered.
The
Gotcha.
Fall of the House Ursher. Got
Of
it.
Usher.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ursher.
Yeah. And the
I
name that I
believe it's
really
Ursher.
liked
Ursher.
was Cordelia. That's what it was, Cordelia.
Sounds like a
I like
flower.
that name.
Is that a
Yeah.
flower?
I don't
Anyway.
know.
Oh, wasn't
Hmm.
Flower the guy on Bambi, the
The
skunk?
skunk.
Skunk,
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
skunk.
You're
Oh,
absolutely right. I
Flower.
like how you do the little jumpy.
whatever.
He's a
Whatever
little
skunks do.
bashful, right?
Actually, skunks
Yeah.
are more
Yeah.
like when they go
Bashful.
like that.
They're so cute.
Yeah.
They really are.
All right. So yeah, so it's got the trailer right here, which we can't watch right now, but look at that. Captain Batel? Is that Captain
I
Batel?
know.
Yeah.
It is.
WTF.
It
He's
is
on
Captain
hiatus.
Patel. And her hair is shorter.
Yeah.
Aha. And you know what that means?
Something.
Looks like Christina Chong's might be shorter too. Tough to tell.
It is
Interesting.
tough to tell.
Could this be a flashback? Could this be present time?
Or a
Hmm.
dream.
Ooh, very good point, Matt.
Ooh.
Okay, it says in season 3, when we reconnect with the crew of the USS Enterprise, still under the command of Captain Pike, they face the conclusion of season 2's harrowing encounter with the Gorn. But new life and civilizations await, including a villain. Wait, are they telling us right now that they survive?
Well, someone does because there's a season.
I don't know. Including a villain that will test our character's grit and resolve. An exciting twist on classic Star Trek. Season 3 takes characters both new and beloved to new heights and dives into thrilling adventures of faith, duty, romance, comedy, and mystery with varying genres never before seen on any other Star Trek. Earlier this week, we revealed the episode titles as well as showed off some new promotional posters for the upcoming season. Okay, so who has seen this trailer and what'd you think of it? What did it give us?
Go ahead,
A
Jenny.
lot. There's a lot of stuff. Well, just there's like you get your like character shots. You've got like Kirk stuff, and we're like, what's going on there? You've got a surprising amount of Batel, which to me was the sort of the standout
Oh,
of it.
really?
Yeah.
Where she
Yeah.
just keeps showing up in it. So it's like,
Yeah.
what is this? Is this just telling us she's survived? This is actually the first time I was saying to these guys that this is the first time I've actually thought, oh, maybe she doesn't because she's in the trailer so much that I feel like it's like a
Fake out.
yeah,
Psych.
Yeah.
We got you. Well,
exactly.
this is what I was thinking. At first, my initial thought was like, oh, so Patel survives. They're telling us that she survives. But then looking at that party photo, and her hair is shorter than it
Yeah.
is when she's facing the Gorn, I'm like, oh, so is that a flashback?
Yeah.
Are those
Mm.
flashbacks when she's fighting with Mbenga? Like she's training with Mbenga
Right.
at one point. And there's another scene where she's in bed with Pike. And
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. So I'm like, oh,
did that
are
piss
they
you
faking
off?
Like
us
a,
out?
it's like a Shades of Grey, but without the clip show.
Right,
Mhm.
right.
She's dying
Yeah.
on the bed.
Yeah, right. So it's
Something's got me.
Yes.
Christopher, something's got me.
Anybody?
Yeah.
But at the same time, it didn't show one clip of Pike looking heartbroken. So still
Yeah.
could go either way.
I mean,
I don't
both of
even
those
know.
seem to point that she's sticking around, right?
Yeah. Maybe.
That's what it
not.
Maybe. I don't know. It could be a fake out.
Or could it be maybe something where they're like, okay, let's just answer this question now, so it's not the focus of the season. It's not the focus of the speculation. Like, we're just going to answer
Could
it now,
be.
and
Maybe they
she's
got
still
tired
around.
of us asking the same question
Right.
for 2 years straight. You're right. Maybe they're like, we wanted you guys to be enthusiastically inquisitive, but not this enthusiastically inquisitive for so long.
Well, don't leave
That's
us
number one.
hanging for so long.
Exactly. It'll just be that in the cold open. It's just going to be like, well, isn't it nice that we managed to sort this out? Blurp, blurp, blurp.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's go on a different
Some
adventure.
severe exposition. You mean that time that Captain Patel was infested by a Gorn, and then we saved her by putting her in a cryogenic? That time? Yes,
Exactly.
that's
Yeah,
exactly
it's
what
kind of
happened.
like the
Cryogenic
time when.
stasis.
Yeah.
Hello, Ryan Galloway, our good buddy. Good to see you. Ryan, you were traveling recently, I remember seeing. Are you still out traveling and gallivanting around Canada, your native country? I don't remember where you went though, but you were checking out new towns and new civilizations.
Love that.
But he still found a bar that was playing the Oilers game.
One does.
Match. It's called a match or a game. I think it's a game.
Game.
I mean, like every single bar in Canada is going to be playing that, though. Let's get serious. NHL
Well.
finals with a Canadian team in there. Come on. Anyway,
Depends which team.
does Canada hate one team?
No, but I would guess there might be like a bar in Montreal that might be like
No Leafs?
yeah, or like yeah, I don't know. But I don't know. I shouldn't talk about things I don't know the answers to, you know?
Everybody, Jenny just said something we could all learn from.
Boot.
No, not I didn't say a boot. I don't say a boot.
You did.
Remember that time? Remember that time
boot.
that I said a boot and you're like, I don't say a boot. I don't, and like 30 seconds later, you're like, a boot.
I don't say a boot.
To be fair, you were talking about Italy at the time, so it's okay.
Oh my god.
So Ryan Galloway answers. He says, I was in Ottawa for the first time, or as you guys say, Ottawa.
Do we say
You say Ottawa.
Ottawa?
Like you're from the
Ottawa?
valley.
Yeah.
A boot.
Okay.
Are you talking about Ottawa?
Ottawa.
Ottawa? Are you talking about Ottawa?
Oh my gosh, guys. The other day I went to Ottawa.
I went to Ottawa. And we had such a Ottawa time.
I don't want to know.
Oh.
Thank you.
Bloop, bloop, bloop.
Oh my god.
All right, here it comes. We're back to work, everybody. This is it. Fun's over. We took a break to talk about Ryan Galloway. Cool guy. We love him.
Woohoo.
But the show must go on. So I have a confession to make. I did not watch this season 3 official trailer
Whoa.
because I've seen so many teasers and trailers at this point. Have you ever been to the movies? I think most of us have, and you see the trailers beforehand for like 45 minutes. And it's usually for a romantic comedy where the trailer itself feels like it's like 5 minutes long, and you feel like you basically watched the entire movie. Like
Yes.
they don't leave
They don't like
anything
that.
to the imagination. Like they tell you, they're like, here's how they met. Here's the fights they had. Here's how they broke up. Here's how they come back together. And here's the end credits. And you're like, I literally just saw the cliff notes for your movie. Now I don't need to see it. So I'm a little worried. I'm like, if I keep watching these trailers, I'm going to know everything that happened in this season. And at this point, I can wait 5 weeks. Or I don't really have to wait, but
Yeah. But
whatever.
going to the movies and watching the trailers is probably one of my favorite parts of going to the movies.
Agreed.
I love watching
Agreed.
trailers.
Yes, me too.
I love it. I mean, if we miss the trailers, then we're late for the movie, even if we didn't miss the movie.
Yep, agreed. Do you remember when Apple had like a page that you could just go and watch the trailers of all the
Yes.
movies?
Whoa, no way. That's cool.
Oh, it was so
Oh.
great. It was just
I didn't
so
know that.
great. Yeah, it
Yep.
was like the best place on the internet.
Ooh.
But the cool thing is when you go see like a sci-fi movie or a fantasy movie, and then the trailers are all fantasy movies.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's
Yep.
good stuff.
Yes.
Like going to see Wing Commander to see the Phantom Menace trailer.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that was like a very specific. Yeah, you found out like what trailer was going to be with what movie.
yeah.
Mm.
Hmm.
Those are the good old days
Yeah.
Oh,
when
I
we were
haven't been to a
5.
movie in ages.
Okay. So,
Oh no!
the
What
Matt
happened?
left us for a second, but
What?
that's okay. He'll be back. He's still here. In the meantime, here are the episode titles for season 3.
Mm.
Hegemony Part II. We'll call it 2. Episode 2 is Wedding Bell Blues. Who's getting married? Who's getting married? I think
Mhm.
we
Blues
guessed
means sounds sad.
maybe it's to Pring and Spock having some kind of thing. I mean, could it be anybody else? Do we know of anybody else?
I don't know.
What
I
if
mean,
it's Chapel and Corby? No, I was gonna say maybe they get
No.
engaged.
yeah, or like Pike and Battelle, only maybe not, or I don't know.
Oh, how mean would that be to have them like,
Right?
let's get married, and then she dies?
Right?
Or maybe they get married because she dies.
Well,
But also,
We're
sorry, go ahead.
sadists. What ways can we torture the audience?
it would be torture for Pike instead. But what were you going to say, Jenny?
Well, like if you think about like Wedding Bell Blues or like something something blues, it's usually if it's a title, it's not usually actually a sad thing. You know what I mean? Like like it kind of tends to be used in a sort of like I don't know, like I'm trying to think of an
Hmm.
example. I don't know. Am I wrong? I don't know.
I don't
Look
know.
at me just talking out of my butt again. Who knows?
That's not what's happening right now. I can see your lips moving. So, just FYI, we're on to you. Um, I don't know. It sounds, I can't think of anything to be honest. I thought I would be able to, but
Hmm.
I have no guesses here.
I
Hegemony
don't
Part 2 we
either.
know is the continuation. That's an easy one. Shuttle to Kenfori. That sounds like a oh wait, who was it that figured out that that one might be the one with Scotty and Pelia on that
Hmm.
Oh,
zombie
right.
planet, right?
Mm-hmm.
It could be that because the two
Mm-hmm.
of them together on a shuttle on some crazy planet. That could be fun.
Yep.
A space adventure hour definitely sounds like it. That could be like the 50s, whatever, something or other. But so could through the lens of time, although I think I mentioned that could just be some kind of reference or return to La'an and Kirk because they
Yep.
went through back in time
Hmm.
and then maybe they rekindle their relationship or maybe they decide not to pursue it because it only worked back in time, but in the
Right.
real
Hmm.
world and in the present it just doesn't work. We have our
Ooh.
careers.
Maybe there's like a bunch of flashbacks in that episode. Maybe there's like Pike having flashbacks. Maybe everybody's having flashbacks. Maybe that's what Patel's there for.
Ooh.
That's a good one.
Hmm.
Some things which have not
Yes,
happened.
very good. And some things that, what is it, have not yet
Not
come
yet
to
Yet
come to
pass.
pass.
pass, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
The Selot who ate its tail, as I think Jenny pointed out, is like the Ouroboros.
Hmm.
What is Starfleet?
What is
Okay.
Starfleet? Hmm.
Four and a half
What is this
Vulcans.
title?
We
That
got
is
that
the
teaser
question.
like a year or two ago. We know what
Hmm.
that's got to be.
Yes.
Year two.
Yeah.
It was a
Terrarium
long time
sounds
ago.
like South Park. And
Yeah.
New Life and New Civilizations just sounds like a
Hmm.
fun one.
Hmm.
What if Starfleet sounds like a documentary style type episode where everybody's being
Ooh.
Oh,
interviewed?
don't they have like a documentary kind of episode?
I think
Like, wasn't there
so.
something where they're like,
Wasn't there some discussion about that? Somebody
yeah, I
said
thought
something about
so. Yeah,
that?
I thought so.
Yeah, because there's like that great there's that great MASH episode they do that they did
Yeah,
that was
Dear
like
Dad.
yeah.
Or
Ugh.
no, that's sorry, that's not Dear Dad, but yes, they did have a MASH
Yeah.
episode.
My
It was
two
like the
dads.
Hmm.
Dear Dad was Hawkeye
Dear
writing to his dad.
Dads. I
Yes,
remember
which
that
was also
show.
excellent. I do remember My Two Dads. I do.
Yeah.
Paul Reiser, right?
Yes. And
Yeah.
then some
Love
other
Paul
no-name guy.
Reiser.
It was Paul Reiser and who knows the other guy.
And the
Paul
good-looking one.
Reiser.
The
Hmm.
good-looking one.
Yeah.
You know.
We were
Yeah.
like, whoa, it's
He's
the guy from Alien and another guy and their
right.
dads.
Not that Paul Reiser isn't a
Yeah.
good-looking guy, but
But
it's
it's a good, I like that show.
they do the it's like the Joey and the Jesse
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. When you said
from
Joey, I
Full
thought
House.
Friends. Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, live chat. While we continue on downward, let us know what is your favorite 80s sitcom. That I
Oh,
feel like that was the I feel
Whoa.
like that was the age of sitcom was
Yeah.
80s.
Yeah.
easy
So I
peasy.
know that's going to be a tough one. Was it My Two Dads? Doubt it,
Nope.
but maybe it was. Hello to Back of the Head in the live chat and Draco Rex. Good to see you.
Yay.
And Scott
Friends.
Jensen.
Oh,
And Scott
lovely.
Jensen. What's up, Scott
Hey.
Jensen?
I know.
Way out in the East Coast. Robert Kaiser, even further than the East Coast. He's in
Hmm.
Austria. Tim
Yeah.
McCaffrey. That guy's got a football name. Spike is here.
Hi,
Hi,
Spike.
Spike. He says, hello, everyone. This chat is very friendly. Well, just
They're right.
don't talk to Dave Gregory. Trust me. He's a man eater. Okay.
No way.
Okay. Oh, well, this is actually the one here. This picture right here. It's the one we were talking about with shuttle to Kenfori. Maybe that's this one. See, because there's a shuttle back here.
Right.
I looked
Let's
up
see
Ken
some
Foree. We have not heard of Ken Foree
zombies.
before.
Gotcha.
Okay, new one. It's a new
New
life, a new
planet.
civilization.
Interesting.
So we've already seen all of these pictures, so we can move forward.
Those, but and there's more down below.
Oh boy, look at this.
Oh, yes. Here we go. This is what we want.
Yes.
Gallery.
Oh my God,
Gallery.
30? Okay, we'll
Let's
fly
do it.
through at warp
Right.
4.
Gallery.
Yes.
Woohoo!
StarTrek.com, you my only friend.
Aww.
Look at those two little cuties.
That's a half-baked quote. Remember Half-Baked? And
Yes.
Dave Chappelle
Yes.
he had his Abba Zaba. He said, Abba Zaba, you my only friend. And the other guy was like, hey, are you feeling it? And he had like the laser guy. He's like, he's feeling it. Anyways, good scene. Oh, those are cool outfits. Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, containment suits of some sort.
Yeah.
Yeah. I read
Oh.
somewhere that those are like a retrofit from
Mhm.
the environmental suits from TOS.
I was just gonna say
Yeah.
there is some smacks of that there.
Big time.
Yeah.
I hope we get more
Smacks.
Una.
Ooh, nice
She's
shot.
not
No kidding,
she's
right?
not getting enough
True.
love. I was so excited that they were going to explore Una, and we haven't much. She's been kind of a one-trick pony, you
Yeah.
know?
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just had that one Illyrian thing, but not too much more.
Yeah. Let's have more Una.
Hmm
Oh, Una. And
Una.
these two having a great time.
I like the zooming in and out for added effect.
So this is
Scotty's
right after the Gorn.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
Yeah, because he's
guessing.
still wearing his.
Ah, good eye. She's not sure if she believes what he's saying here.
Mm-hmm.
And Pike
And
is
this
like,
is-
in English, Poindexter.
How are you going to save Patel?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Bruh.
So let's see. Did anybody give us their favorite 80s?
Yes.
Joshua Reeves says the correct answer is Cheers.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not.
Linda Andreg says Saint Elsewhere, even though it was a medical show. Cheers was great, but it felt more 90s to me, but it did start in the 80s. Amanda Stevenson said Roseanne also started in the late 80s.
Cheers started in
In the 80s. In the 70s.
In the 70s.
Which one
Didn't it?
did?
Cheers.
Cheers.
No, 80s for sure.
Didn't it?
The right answer
Definitely
it started
80s.
in the 80s and went to the
Cheers
90s.
went from 1982 to
Thank you.
1993.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Pretty early though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Perfect
Golden
Strangers.
Girls
Yeah.
says Mae Burrello.
Yeah.
That's a good.
She's got the right answer.
My
Silver
favorite when I was a
Screens.
kid was Punky
Who's the
Brewster.
boss?
Yeah.
Oh, I did like that one.
Henry. That's what she would say.
But I
Al?
also liked as a kid
hmm
the Cosby Show.
I love the Cosby Show. Yeah. Like we used to tape it on VHS and just watch the episodes like over and over and over again. And
Mm.
yeah, it
Yeah.
was
Chris Marshall
fundamental.
says Jon Stewart
Yeah.
was hilarious in Half Baked. He was the guy that would say, "Oh yeah, but have you watched it on Weed Man?"
Yep.
Oh, he was that guy. Funny. Anyway, all right. Back to work, everybody. That was fun. Always time to talk about 80s sitcoms.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Absolutely.
Back to Star Trek
Back to the
Pictures.
gallery.
But oh, that was 70s. I was gonna say
Whoa,
mine
look at
was
this.
Come and knock on my door.
That's
Ooh,
pretty
yeah.
looking.
That was 70s to 80s. I think it was 77 to
Yeah.
84.
WKRP also is another
Still
80s. Crossover.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Yeah.
WKRP.
Ugh,
Me too.
This is cool.
she looks goopy.
Ooh, she does look
Yeah.
goopy.
I think those are birthing sacks.
I was gonna say this feels gorny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah. Are those teeth?
Where?
I don't know. But that looks like an umbilical cord
Yeah. Ugh.
right there.
Yeah.
There's something dead in there.
Yeah.
Or yeah,
Oh,
just
totally
kidding.
different vibe here. All
Whoa.
of a sudden.
Well, palate cleanser.
What kind
Went
of
from the
beverage is
upside down
that?
to
Hmm.
interesting.
Good question. We know who this is.
We
I don't know who this guy is. I know that is Celia
We'll find
Rose Gooding.
Mm-hmm.
And this is an alien head.
Yes, it is an alien head.
I
Nicely
think his neck is blowing a bubble.
I want to see a bullion.
done.
Oh wait,
Mhm.
a gallimite.
Yes,
Oh,
exactly.
yeah, cool.
Gallimite. Yeah.
Saw one
Yes.
in Lower Decks. Okay, so these guys are in a junk. Oh, they're in Nam. No, they're
Ooh.
not.
No.
They're
Did
closer
you say
to.
they're in Nam?
Yeah,
I
they're
was
too. They're
thinking the
closer to
same
Reese's.
thing.
Yeah. It just had that feel, right?
It does, yeah.
Mhm.
It's got that jungle environment. Like,
Yeah. Great movies
Good
about
morning.
Nam back in the day,
hmm
and
the
always
tune.
great soundtracks.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah.
these
This is
guys
the
know
murder
a thing or
mystery
two
one.
about Nam. Yeah,
Right. This is the
Yeah.
murder mystery one.
drinking his
Oh.
Cavassier.
Directed. I like her hair though.
Yeah, me too.
Yep,
That's
this
murder
is
mystery
more of
as well.
yep, more of this stuff. Maybe they're just in a escape room and they're cosplaying.
Nice.
Ooh.
They're playing Clue.
it's a team building experience.
Maybe they're testing
Yeah.
out a holodeck. I don't know.
Okay, let's see what he's got here. He's got
Like how Una's got a little
constant
stool there.
reminder. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's cool.
An
He's got a-
astrolabe.
a
Not that
constant-
one, the other one.
What did you say?
An astrolabe. Astrolabe? Measure the star thing?
Ryan wouldn't let that one go.
I'm not saying anything. All I was saying was that he's got this hourglass to remind himself that he's constantly running out of time. Because he's seen his future, and I feel like this is like a little
That's dark,
metaphor
man.
for that. Yeah,
That's dark.
This is the
Got
days
some
of our
guy here.
lives.
Mhm.
yeah. Oh, this is one of those things.
An
Like that-
astrolabe.
Oh, is that what it's called? But that they like it's like to measure or like get directions
Yeah,
for
the
like stars and
stars.
things and
Yeah,
stuff
from
like that.
sailing.
It's a sextant.
Yes.
Yeah, but what's it called though?
That's a sextant.
Are you sure it's a sextant? I thought it was an astrolabe.
I
What the
think
hell's an
it's a
astrolabe?
I think it's not a labe, it's a sextant.
Oh my
I
god,
think
what's
it's
an astrolabe?
Yeah, it's a sextant.
I think it's a sextant. Good knowledge, the
This
Matt
is
Boardman.
just
I've never
so
heard of
funny.
astrolabe. I've heard of astrometrics labe.
Oh, astrolabe is more like a compass, but it's also for looking at
Yeah,
stars.
it looks like a
Yeah,
big
measuring.
fancy. It
Gotcha.
almost looks like Cisco, the clock that Cisco made.
Yes.
Science is naughty.
I know. That's like astrolabe, sextus, compass.
Compass.
So,
Yeah.
7 of 9 was in the astrometrics labe, if I remember correctly.
Nice.
If I remember correctly.
Wow.
All right, let's get back into these. These are such great pictures. Like each one of these pictures is a
Yeah.
work of art. It's nuts. And they're like, duh, that's what we do.
Yeah.
Is that the outrageous Akona?
Roger Corby.
Oh, of course. Does it say that? Is it actually him?
Yeah, it says yes. There's
Ah.
pictures with him and Spock, but he's also revealed in the trailer. The same with that other guy that had the glass of liquor with
Oh, Tranya?
Yes.
Was it
Uhura.
what's his
That's
name?
Ortegas' baby
Oh.
brother.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Who's the guy I'm thinking of with the
She
Tranya
says in the
though?
Tranya? Come try ya.
Clint Howard.
Yeah, but what was the character's name?
Oh, that's Baylock.
Trelane. Was it Baylock?
Trelane.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh.
Baylock was with the Tranya.
Okay.
Tranya.
Thank you.
Oh.
Yeah,
You
with the
will
big
relish
head.
such a
Right.
thing.
Thank you. Yeah. All right. This is a fun crew.
Mm-hmm.
Science heavy.
I love the colors of the universe.
Yeah, me too.
Rich.
Very nicely
Yeah.
balanced.
Oh,
Yeah.
what's this? How, and why did it take me so long to notice? On Pelia's
Mm-hmm. It's a little
uniform
fancy
there.
thing. She's wearing it in all of the things we've seen so far.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
this is science,
it's true.
Mm-hmm.
but this is bonus. Maybe it's her favorite team.
Maybe. Maybe.
Benga is giving somebody side eye again.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Pike is giving Una side eye. Ooh, she looks like she went cry.
He looks upset. Oh, he
Yeah.
looks not super not upset.
It looks like he's trying to console her.
Yeah.
But that he's
A
also
little bit.
kind of
But
upset with what
yeah.
she did and what she feels bad about. Maybe.
Maybe.
Ooh, that's going to be a great scene. That's going to be a
Yeah.
good
Yeah.
scene. Okay.
Now he
More of
looks
that.
more pissed off than she does.
Yeah.
Yeah. She looks resolute.
Yes.
Right.
Exactly.
Beautiful
Hey,
pictures.
this phone.
Oh no. Oh, it's pink. That's fun.
Yeah.
It's got this thing.
Princess.
Now,
phone.
kids, this phone is called a rotary phone. You go like this, and you go like this, and you go
Like
like
beads.
this.
Here's Ortegas doing a Spock impression with those eyebrows. Right? Just
I
giving us
think
a little
she's
Spock.
cool. Yeah. Look how cool. What is that next to her?
She also has science.
What is
This.
yeah.
Bike pedal?
Oh, that's the rear view mirror.
Oh, it is like a viewer thing. That's hilarious.
She drives the ship.
Okay, a few more of these. Warp 4. Oh, fun. We saw this one.
Oh.
Oh, this
Now,
guy.
yeah.
Vulcan.
Oh my gosh. The end of that trailer is really funny with him
Yeah.
and Spock.
Oh
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
You don't know
You
anything
are
about
too
that, Ryan.
slow.
No, I don't know anything about anything usually.
Retro.
I know the Giants are on a 5-game win streak, so I'll take
Nice.
Ooh.
that. Okay, so this is more of that stuff. Man, that is pleather. I can smell this picture right here. Oh, this is right after. This is probably Hegemony Part 2, as Melissa pointed out.
Mm.
What's her name? Jenna Mitchell. Jenna Mitchell, I think, is his character's name. I think they just created her. I don't think we've seen her before. Strange New World Season 2, I think.
No.
Mm-mm.
No, 'cause she just sort of
You are
appeared.
correct. That is Jenna
Well, she
Mitchell.
looks angry.
Yeah.
Badass, man.
This makes me
Give her
feel
some
like
scenes.
whatever the
Right.
scenes these are from is a Una-ish episode,
Yep.
maybe.
Ooh, that would be great.
'Cause she's got opinions about stuff.
And
Yeah.
everybody knows Una's last name is Gata Davida.
Nice.
Doom, doom, doo, doo, doom.
Look at
Spocking
these.
it up.
It's so fun.
I
Yeah.
love
The
that
old-
attention to detail there.
Those old
Yeah.
gemstone kind of lit up buttons from the past.
When I see those
So
now, I
good.
think about
Oh.
breaking them.
Oh.
The
Oh my
golden.
Pike does not agree with what you just said. He's like, what?
What? You broke what?
Oh, fun. This has got to be the
Oh,
4.5 Vulcans
yeah.
right here.
4.5 Vulcans. Poor Spock.
Who are you guys?
I'm talking about Tawny.
Look at
Tawny
Pike's
breaking
hair.
them.
That's ridiculous. That's
Oh,
It
hilarious.
is ridiculous.
Who you
That's
guys think is
hilarious.
going to make the funniest Vulcan? Pike, Chapel, La'an, or Uhura? God, their outfits are awesome, though.
That is
Yeah.
really
I really
Again,
like Chapel's
such-
hair.
Mhm.
detail there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just like it like that.
Spock looks uncomfortable.
Yeah. He's the least
Looks-
stiff of the bunch
He looks
now.
distressed. Yeah.
Yeah.
This
Beautiful.
is not right.
The bullying that's about to happen.
hmm
So who would
Such
be left?
jerks.
Who would be left on the ship here? It's Mbenga, Una, Helia, Scotty, and Ortegas, basically, and Sam Kirk. That's a fun crew too. I love to think about the people
Yeah.
that are still left running the show while these guys go off gallivanting on Vulcan.
Yeah.
I wonder.
hmm
That's cute.
Kalia.
just-
She's so
Are they just
cute.
posing for a picture here? She's posing.
She's so posing.
Do these
I
guys
think
not know that
talking to
there's a
me-
picture being taken? Because she knows. They don't know. It's almost like they're
She's in
listening
on
to, like they did, this is in between scenes, and they're
Yeah.
listening to some kind of directorial instruction. Like the director's saying, hey, that's great, but can you make sure to do this or that? And then in between, the BTS photographer is taking a picture, but Pelia sees it and goes, pose.
Pose.
Yeah.
Boom. Sassafras.
Yeah.
Sassafras. Oh, this is fun.
They look pretty cool. I
like
can't.
La'an's hair too.
Mhm.
Wow,
I can't imagine when they were talking about that they ended up going with making his hair tall, because when they tried to make it more Vulcan, it just looked like
Pike's
insane,
Peak.
I guess. Although this is pretty, I don't know, man.
Vanilla ice.
I don't know.
Seriously, it's
Stop, collaborate, and listen.
Vulcan's back with a bread.
Last one. Oh, fun.
Oh, because they have the new lab, right? The science lab.
Gorgeous. Look.
Yeah.
So
Wow. That design. Chimera Blossom.
Oh,
Ooh.
right.
Analysis.
I don't know what that is.
Interesting.
Remember when they first showed a picture of this and they had
That's
everything
the
blurred out in the
floor.
background? What was on the...
Oh, well, I still don't. Okay, well, this is interesting here, but
Mhm.
yeah,
There's-
it's not
That matches the plant that he has on the
Yeah.
table in front of him.
nice. Good eye, Matt.
And there looks like there's a mountain range on the.
This, yeah,
Oh.
or something.
over
Yeah,
there
here.
too.
Analysis.
Okay, everywhere. Well, that's fun.
Mm.
That was a good tour. That was a good bunch of pictures right there.
Yeah.
StarTrek.com. StarTrek.com. Where
Yes.
did you get all those pictures? How'd you do
Right?
it? Okay.
How
Right.
did you do it?
Wonderful
And
toys.
not give us any pop-ups during
Amazing.
that whole time.
So
Right?
refreshing.
Not one.
Yep. Nary a
Imagine
little
that.
Yeah,
Tried to
no
give us the
tiny arrows to
background of a
find.
recipe or something like that. You know, he's
Right.
Exactly.
backpacking through Europe.
Yep.
Okay. So here's a really good one, you guys. This
Ooh.
is from screenrant.com and it is entitled, check this out. You're going to love this one. 5 exciting ways Strange New Worlds Season 3 will change Captain Pike's Star Trek prequel.
Oof.
Now, let's say you're John Orchiola who wrote this, published it yesterday. How do you write about Season 3 without giving any spoilers?
Mm.
Good question.
We're about to find out. This is going to be some smart stuff, I'll betcha. Here it comes. So the first one is, where'd it go? Here it is. Number 5. Ooh, he's going 5-1. Because it also has to change Star Trek in some way, or the Star Trek sequel, I guess. Captain Battelle surviving means the Gorn can be beaten. That's true, because they hadn't really beaten them before, and we do know Captain Battelle survives theoretically from the trailer, right?
Mm.
From the
Battelle survives her
trailer.
Gorn infection. Nice sweater.
Couple antibiotics, right?
Hmm.
Right. I'm not sure how I feel about this though. I don't
Ab-
know.
About her
It's weird.
surviving, or
Yeah, just because I get there's the Star Trek deaths and there's always that saved in the nick of time thing, but I think
Yeah.
it's too easy of a save. I because it's I don't know. It seems very convenient. It's a
I love
convenient
convenience.
save.
save
Right.
her but don't save Hemmer?
Mm.
Well,
Well,
they have to, I mean, the thing that I've been thinking about all this time is thinking like that the idea that they thought that they were monsters and maybe they're not like, I mean, yes, they're monsters, but like that they have some kind of like organized civilization and maybe there can be some kind of communication, that kind of thing. I feel like that is going to be they're going to Starfleet it,
mm,
like so there
What
has
is
to be some kind
Starfleet?
of right, so there has to be some kind of like a diplomacy or science or something like that that is the key to solving
sure.
this problem. Whether or not she actually survives, we don't know, but
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What if
I
it's
don't know.
a
mm.
delayed thing where they
I get what
think
you
they've
mean though.
saved her, but there's
It's
something
just
down the road where it's like a remission of, whatever went into remission, and then all of
Right,
a sudden later it's like, oh
maybe
wait,
that's a good point. Yeah.
they could have put her in stasis of some sort
Mm,
and figured it out that way. But
yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes I feel like sometimes there's too convenient of saves
Mm,
in television in general. I'm just
sure.
like, okay,
What?
so that's not believable. That's not, I don't know.
But sometimes I
Mhm.
want them to save them.
I
Like how they
know, I
saved
know.
like how they
Just
saved Trip Tucker at the last minute, you know?
well, see, that's different.
Yeah.
That's different
Yeah.
because he wasn't infected with a virus that they
Totally.
didn't have to
Right. No,
solve
he
the
just died.
problem.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
just died. That's all.
Yeah,
And then he didn't.
no, they didn't have to solve the problem of this virus, this
Hmm.
Gorn infection within a matter of hours. And she's been contracted it. She's been infected for over a day, and the gestation is about a day and a half. So I'm
Right.
like, this is so convenient if they solve that problem that quickly. I don't know. And
Hmm.
All
well,
right.
you guys,
I think we're coming down to having. I think Melissa's got a problem with Captain Patel. That's what I think.
well, this is what I was
Yeah,
gonna say. What
I
we're
think we
no.
really
know why
talking about
too.
here is computer delete the girlfriend.
Yeah, yeah. I think if I had to
No.
guess, Melissa doesn't like Captain Battelle or Nurse Chapel. She's like, if they die, they die.
If they die, they
No
die.
way.
Just kidding.
Hang on
No, but that
now.
is a very good Melissa, it is actually a very good point because
Yeah.
sometimes, yeah, sometimes they do. It's like they make, oh, we have the high stakes and everything, and you get so emotionally invested in this thing, and then it's like the next episode, you're like, wait, all of that build up for just a little, and we just kind of
Let's
brushed
wrap
it
it
under
up
the
in a
rug.
tiny bow and
Right,
Mhm.
exactly. It was just
that's it.
very conveniently. Oh,
It's so
look, I just
convenient.
happened to, I
Mhm.
tripped over the exact part that I needed to fix this thing and save the day.
Yeah. Like
Ha
that bit in Galaxy Quest where like the timer has to go down to
Yeah.
Right,
1 second,
right. Who
because
designed
that's
this
like,
ship
yeah.
anyway?
And I
It's
don't
funny.
have a problem with Chapel.
No, no.
What a relief. So then number 4 is La'an smiles and dances in Star Trek Strange New
Oh.
World Season 3. Looks like La'an changed her paradigm. Is doing
Ah.
Hmm.
something here too.
But with that kiss after with Kirk,
Right?
she's like, "Oh, this is nice."
Oh, what a wonderful morning.
Woo!
However, number 3 is the big one.
What?
Dr. Roger Corby meets Spock years before Star Trek, the original series. Spock doesn't seem to handle meeting Corby well.
Ruh-roh.
Right, right. Oh.
Hmm. That dude's
I
got a
mean,
face for
would you?
80s movies for sure.
Yes, he
He sure
does.
does. He
Feels
could
like,
play the outrageous Akona.
yeah, or he could be like Jack Burton on Big Trouble Little China
Yeah.
reboot or something like
Oh,
that,
yeah,
right?
Mhm.
he
It's all in the
could.
reflexes, you know?
Yeah.
Number 2, Uhura finally has a Star Trek romance with Ortegas's baby brother. What?
What?
I don't know. He seems to be pretty charming. That's not a fake laugh. That's a real laugh.
Yeah.
Hilarious. Or she could be like, how do I get out of this?
No way.
Have I introduced
You
you to my
haven't watched the
friend?
trailer.
He does not watch the trailer.
No,
It's okay.
I've already admitted to it
Hmm.
proudly. Number 1, James T. Kirk gets his first taste as captain of the Enterprise. Could Strange New Worlds show Kirk's Kobayashi Maru?
What?
What?
These colors are insane. Look at this. Completely different than.
Oh, there's
Mhm.
Aurora's hair in the background.
Ooh, they're like,
Oh, yeah, you're right.
yeah,
That's so cool.
And that's got to be Spock, too, right?
colors are
Yeah.
like tweaking out.
I was gonna say you got some severe chromatic aberration
Yeah.
happening
That's what I was gonna say.
right there.
Beautiful, though. Jeez.
Ooh.
All right. So that's really cool. Thanks very much to John Orgil of ScreenRant.com for always
Hmm.
coming with some cool stuff to read. Okay, let's jump ahead here. Lots of Strange New World stuff to talk about, but let's see what else there is. Okay. So this is from CBR. What is that? Comic Book Review? Something like that?
Mhm.
Hmm.
Who says Star Trek TNG stars declare this beloved franchise series with 91% Rotten Tomato score, or as that retweet score, as the best show ever?
Hmm.
Hmm.
I say it's
Stars
our show.
plural?
We're the best show.
We are
Wow.
the best show.
Stars plural.
Is it
All right.
selling?
Live
Mhm.
chat. Make your predictions, but please don't predict if you already know the answer to this one.
Right.
Just make your prediction. Brent Spiner and Jonathan Frakes say one Star Trek series is the best show ever. Which Star Trek series is it? We're going to eliminate very short treks because it's not canon. Only. Only because it's not canon.
Otherwise,
Otherwise, it's in the mix.
yeah.
So let's see. Glenn Iverson says it's got to be DS9. Dave Gregory says
Mm.
DS9. Joel says the animated series. Cassandra says DS9. Lucia says TNG. Ninoti says, oh, did we ever find out if it's pronounced Ninoti? Please let us know, Ninoti. Please let us Ninoti.
Nice.
Um, Rick Garrett says DS9. Ryan Galloway says DS9. Herbert Turner says DS9. Linda Andreich said they said TNG. John Davis says Lower Decks. Red Shirt Bob says TOS. Tim McCaffrey says DS9. Dave Gregory says TNG. John Davis says, but I say DS9. Okay. You guys ready for the answer?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm just going to read it
Awesome.
so that you guys don't see the answer. It says, oh, it just says it right there in the quote. They're
Yeah.
great. They're great. Lower Decks. That's the best show ever. I love Lower Decks, Spiner said. He guest starred as a disembodied alternate universe in Purple Data, Head in season 5 of the animated show. Frakes then says, the sensibility of that show is right up our alley. I had the privilege of directing the episode of Strange New Worlds where they crossed over. That was those old
Mm.
scientists, right?
Yeah.
With Lower Decks, Tawny Newsome and Jack Quaid, who ironically look like the characters that they play on Lower Decks, showed up in real life. We know all about that. But basically, the answer is Lower Decks.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
I
some
could
high
get on board with
praise.
that.
It is high praise.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it
And
is right up
it's so good.
their alley. Because
Yes.
Frakes and Spiner
Yeah.
were practical jokers, so
Hmm. And
Yeah.
they love
also,
them.
yeah, and Frakes is also like a huge fan of the show and like knows the show, like, you
Yeah.
know, him especially. So it's not even, it's not just like, oh, it's like it's hijinks. It's like funny referential hijinks that it's
Yeah.
like,
Mhm.
yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love it. It's a good show.
Oh,
Frakes.
so here's a good one, you guys. Here is a good one. You may be surprised about this one, but you may not.
What?
This is also from ScreenRant.com. Our friend John Orchiola of Screen Rant, boy, he keeps busy. He says, quote, this article is entitled, I should say, quote, I don't like my performance at all. Wil Wheaton gets candid about one of Wesley Crusher's most famous Star Trek The Next Generation episodes. I
Mhm.
don't like my performance at all, he says. Wow.
Interesting.
Huh.
Tell us more.
All right. Here it is. Here's the quote. Oh, this is from appearing as a guest on the Seventh Rule podcast hosted by Sirach P.
Ooh.
Lofton and Ryan T. Husk. Wil Wheaton honestly broke down his own performance as Wesley Crusher in Star Trek The Next Generation's The First Duty. Wheaton explained his hardships when the episode was filmed and how his personal life mirrored the problems Wesley Crusher was experiencing at Starfleet Academy. Interesting.
Hmm.
That was the Seventh Rule podcast, everybody. You can watch the entire interview or the entire episode, really. That's was
Yeah.
just released yesterday, right? Last night. So everybody go enjoy
Yeah.
that on the Seventh Rule YouTube channel. So he says, quote, I actually don't like my performance at all. I feel like I'm wearing my performance like it's someone else's suit. I catch myself acting all over the place in this episode, and I see myself playing like the same chord the entire time. And when you said the first duty was done in 1992, I was either 20 or 21 years old. I was in a real bad place in my life then. It was real hard. I was kind of in a place similar to where Wesley was. You know, we have this episode coming up where Wesley's like, dude, Starfleet Academy is extremely not for me. Being in Starfleet is all kinds of not what I want to do. I thought it was, but it's not. And I was in that place as an actor. I was really feeling like I don't know if this is what I want to do. And when I was there on set in 1992, Oh, the incredible amount of sadness and deep, deep, deep regret I was experiencing that I wasn't there every day and it wasn't my regular job. To me, going back there almost felt like an admission of failure, that the career
Mm,
I had hoped to have when I stopped being a regular just hadn't worked. All right, Wil
Hmm.
Wheaton, you get an award for honesty. Man, that dude just
Mm-hmm.
lays
mm,
it on the line. He
Yeah.
just says, "This is how I felt all the way
Mm-hmm.
down to the pit of
yeah.
my stomach."
Yeah.
Pretty big stuff.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah.
But
Oh,
it worked though. It worked for I don't know. I mean,
yeah.
I definitely agree with him. He doesn't seem like the Wesley that we knew before, right?
No.
Well, and
No.
But
he
it worked.
shouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. I mean, I
And
remember
he
watching that
shouldn't.
episode, yeah, um, like as a teenager who loved him, and I was so excited that he was going to be back for that
Mm.
episode. And I was just like, ah, it's Wesley. And then I was like, by the end of it, I was just like, oh, this is like different. This feels different. Oh, but I like his hair, you know. But I love that
Yeah.
episode. I like, I really,
Yeah.
Me
I think
Hmm.
too.
it, yeah.
Iconic.
Same.
Mhm. Yeah, and
Hmm.
considering, I mean, considering, when you think about the acting he did have to do for that episode, like, he's doing Picard scenes, he's doing like that scene with Beverly where he kind of like, yeah,
Hmm.
there's a lot there. And
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I can definitely, and that's the thing too. I mean, as an actor, I imagine, especially if you like, if it didn't feel good doing it, going back and watching it is
Hmm.
probably like, ugh, not awesome.
And
Yeah.
we're always our own
What?
worst critics, right?
For sure.
Yeah. And it did play
Not
into
me.
Wesley's state of mind at the time,
Exactly.
in that
Exactly.
he was working with regret for not being there all the time. And Wesley was regretting his actions with Nova Squad.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely. Ooh,
Oops, there you are.
there you are.
there you are.
So,
Anyway.
one of these things I tried to pick up, like, wait. Okay, yeah,
Wait.
that's still fine. Okay. Well, I just had to make sure something popped up and I'm like, wait, am I clicking the right button here? But yeah, one of those articles, man alive, there's so many pop-ups that it kissed the internet real quick. But that was quite the internet smooch.
Oh
So,
my.
on a completely unrelated note, we've got another article here from
Oh my
cinemablend.com
gosh.
entitled How the Orville Leaned into Channeling Star Trek The Next Generation, according to Jonathan Frakes. Melissa, can you tell us what
Oh.
this
Yeah.
article is about?
That's a fun little article about, I guess, Jonathan Frakes was at Indiana Comic Con and he was talking about the Orville and how Seth MacFarlane is basically the probably the biggest Star Trek celebrity fan.
Mhm.
Celebrity Star
Oh,
Trek fan.
hmm.
Or yeah, celebrity who's
Yeah.
a fan of Star Trek. um and he says that ba essentially that the Orville is a great love letter or homage to the next generation.
Hmm.
And he's come a very far way since his background work on Enterprise.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
True. Well, even
Uh,
Yeah.
before that, when he did a fan film when he was like 15 or something. Have you guys
Yeah.
seen that?
oh
Yeah.
my God, no.
It's amazing.
I haven't seen
Hmm.
it.
That's
No.
cool.
Yeah, there's
Like
like,
that's a
I don't know if he did an entire fan film or just a scene or whatever, but there was like a scene you can probably find on YouTube where he and his buddy are just like red shirts and doing stuff. It's a lot of fun. Okay, well, that's really interesting. The Orville, let me ask the fans out there,
Yeah.
do you consider the Orville basically like a new Star Trek series? Or do you consider it
Hmm.
its own thing? Because a lot of people say like Galaxy Quest is kind of in the family, the Orville is kind of in the family, Enterprise is kind of in the family, even though we know it's not real Star
Mhm.
Trek. Just kidding. I love you, Enterprise.
Hey.
Enterprise is
But I can't
definitely
pick
Star
on
Trek.
Voyager every time. Sometimes I have to pick on somebody else. What do you guys think though about the Orville?
I think it's a great homage to Star Trek. I don't think it is Star Trek though,
Hmm.
because
Hmm.
it's not in the same universe. It's not in the
Yeah.
same.
I liked that it started off as, hey, we're gonna do like a comedy and we're gonna have all this, I mean, when you think Seth MacFarlane, you think Family Guy, American Dad, you think some very irreverent comedy. And it kind of started off
Yeah.
that way.
Hmm.
But by the time we got to season three, I thought they were really telling some great, like, just
Yeah,
good science fiction stories.
Hmm.
right. Yes.
Right. I mean, it was kind
And
of
it
like,
doesn't.
okay, so Galaxy Quest was like basically almost like a Star Trek parody, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And it's become this beloved thing. I saw it again like a few years ago where I was like, wow, this is
It's
actually
so
really
good.
good, you know?
It's so
Really
good.
good.
Uh, and
Yeah.
now the Orville, we all kind of thought it was going to be a Star Trek parody. I think that's kind of how
Yeah.
it was marketed.
Yeah.
And it was funny. It was kind of, it basically was like if TNG was a comedy, like
Hmm.
if TNG or Voyager were comedies. And then season two was like, whoa, kind of blew you away. Season three, I remember season three, episode one had like zero jokes. It was not a comedy. It was a
Right.
0%
Right.
comedy. And they just
Hmm.
kind of, I think that's just kind of how they had to sell it. But basically,
Hmm.
this was Seth MacFarlane doing his own version of TNG. And then someone might say, well, yeah, but with comedy. Well, TNG had comedy. So did Deep
Hmm.
Space Nine and Voyager. They all
Yeah.
did.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It's really good.
And it always
Yeah.
had really good music because Seth was very insistent upon having, I forget how many pieces. I almost want to say 72-piece orchestra, but maybe not that
Wow.
big. I don't know.
That's
But it,
Wow.
71 pieces more than Shatner.
but it was always just really, I mean, you could hear like hints to like Jerry Goldsmith,
Right.
like motion picture scores and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was just always really, really cool.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. I remember when Aaron and I had started watching The Orville, and he wasn't a fan of the first couple of episodes. And he would say, not quite funny, not quite Trek. Not quite funny, not quite Trek. And he would use the hand gestures too. Not quite funny, not quite Trek. But he didn't get to the when things started to shift
Right.
and it got good.
Hmm.
Not that it wasn't good, but
It was different.
yeah, it 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 took a different turn in its storytelling technique, which I think he would have enjoyed much better than he did the
Right.
first couple of episodes.
Yeah.
Mm.
Gotcha. Yeah. Hmm. Someday I
Mhm.
should probably watch it.
Oh
It's
no,
pretty good.
Jenny.
Wait, you haven't watched The Orville yet?
No, I
Oh,
have not.
interesting.
I have not.
It's
It,
pretty
yeah.
good.
Yeah. I
Hmm.
definitely, for me, season two and three is where it really kind of
Right.
took off.
I held
You know,
off for a while because there was that point where it was like all of the like the the Trek
You
Bros.
raised your hand.
The Trek Bros were like yeah, yeah, it's the only it's Star Trek and everything else is garbage, and that sort of made me like about it for a while.
This pool.
You
Now I
didn't watch the
understand.
Orville because some people liked it,
No, because of the way it was being presented to me.
but
It
it
was
wasn't presented
Mm.
by Seth MacFarlane that way. But
no,
I
but
get
it
to
was
what
like
I
you
understand,
got
yeah.
bros telling me to go watch the Seth MacFarlane show, and I'm
Dude,
like,
you should
yeah, okay,
totally go
sure.
watch it.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like it was like I didn't understand what it was and what it was like becoming.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I will say the first couple episodes
Hmm.
does feel like I don't want to say you
Yeah.
want to roll your eyes, but you want to be a little patient with it.
Yeah.
Now, 2 episodes, 2 or 3 episodes is way different than 50 episodes of
Oh,
Next
for
Generation
sure.
that we have
Yeah.
to get. So that's pretty good. We have a
That
poll in
is
the
pretty
live
good.
chat. The question is, the Orville is better than at least one Star Trek series. You don't have to name which one, everybody. In fact, you definitely don't need to. But if you think the Orville is better than at least one Star Trek series, then click true. If you say nope, it is at the bottom of the list if that list includes every single Star Trek series, including short treks, including Voyager, I'm just kidding. We love you, Voyager.
Oh my
Jenny, I worked on a couple
gosh.
episodes too in the first
Yeah,
season.
that's right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
super cool.
Matt was one of those bros.
He was not one of those bros.
Well, and that's why the Orville is more Star Trek adjacent because it did have a lot of people in the Star Trek family
Exactly. Yeah.
working
And again, I didn't
on
know
the
that either.
show.
Yeah.
Penny Johnson Gerald, too. In
Yeah.
fact, Cassidy
Hmm.
Yates. That's
Yeah.
pretty
Brandon
cool.
Braga,
Yeah.
Doug Drexler.
All
Yeah.
those
Yeah.
guys. Yeah. The
Hmm.
Yeah.
Akutas, I think, right?
Yeah.
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 Robbie Duncan McNeil,
Yeah.
Who
So
Jonathan
was
like
the
Frakes.
I've definitely
who?
like I've learned all of this and then I just keep getting
Hmm.
busy and not.
John
Yeah.
Billingsley,
Yeah, right?
Bob Picardo.
Hmm.
Right. Right. How cool is that we had
Yeah,
two
that's
Star
awesome.
Trek doctors
I don't know if it's gonna
in
work.
one?
Yeah.
Oh no. Let
Disappeared.
me see.
What is that?
Oh, I see
Making me
myself.
disappear. This is a
Elcars.
panel from the Orville.
Dude.
Oh, that's so cool.
Stupid thing, it's
It's
disappearing.
fantastic.
Stop
Put it
disappearing
closer to
me.
your face. You got to put it
I am. It makes me
like
disappear. I'm like
there you
cloaking in
go.
and
There you
out. I have
go.
like a malfunctioning cloak here.
Oh, there we are too. Hey!
That's fun.
That's where we are in the Orville.
That's awesome, man.
Mm-hmm.
Will Seth be pissed since he's watching this and he says, "Hey,
No. I think that I think it was it was an extra one that didn't end up getting used on the
Mm.
set, but Doug had it kicking around his garage and he was like, "Hey,
oh,
take this." I was like,
treat it
"Cool."
better."
So,
Okay, so we're closing out the poll, and you may be surprised to know that 62% said the Orville is better than at least one Star Trek series. Okay, now in the live chat, tell us which series. And remember, series
That's
can
gonna
be
be breakfast
plural.
fast.
Which, 1 or 5 series or whatever. Melissa, would you say that the Orville is better than at least one? The look on your face is so good right now. Would you say that the Orville is better than at least one Star Trek series?
In my opinion, I would agree.
Oh
But I'm not going to tell
my.
you. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to leave it at that.
Hmm. Can you tell us then what you liked best about the Orville?
I think it had some really great storytelling. It was engaging. There was great character development. I felt invested in these people's lives, the people who are on the ships. I wanted to explore the universe that they were in even more. The one where the Moclan females are on the planet and their anthem was the Dolly Parton song. And
Yes.
I love that episode. And then Dolly Parton is in it. And in a way that makes sense. No,
Right.
it's such a really good show. There are some parts of it I'm like, oh, really?
Right.
Oh, but yeah, overall I really think it's a great show with some really good storytelling.
Awesome.
Your thoughts, Matt?
I would agree. Like, well, and there's guys like Scott Grimes who
Oh my
dude has an amazing
gosh.
voice.
He's so talented.
Yes, and
So
there's an
He's a rock
episode in the
star.
third, yeah, and there's an episode in the third season that just broke my heart. Just
Mm,
absolutely just
Yes.
broke me. It was so sad, but he did
Yes.
such a fantastic job. Just and that's the thing that I love about it is it's like his character is so. I mean, he's such a goofball otherwise, right? When he's sitting on
hmm
the bridge, but then when they really give him something that he can sink his teeth into, it's like,
Hmm.
dude. I mean, he steps up to the plate. So, yeah, it's just really, really good stories. Good stories.
Awesome.
And the thing that I love about it is that, yeah, it's got some next generation flavor to it. But that's what's fun about it is it's like
Yeah.
that
Hmm.
Star Trek
Yeah.
style of telling stories that you're familiar with. So it's kind of like, I don't know, it's like a friend. It's like your best friend's cousin, right? That comes over and hangs out and you're like, "Oh, this dude's cool too because he's just like my
Hmm.
friend."
hmm
Yeah.
So then the question is, Jenny,
Yes.
when are you going to watch the Orville?
I
Oh wait,
don't
if you stand
know.
like
I have
that, it
so
looks
much
like you
to
have a cool
do.
crown.
I do like that.
I know.
But
I've been looking at your
I do like
hairdo.
that. I will eventually. I just have so many things to
And then you
Yeah.
watch.
can paint something Orville.
I can. Do you know how long my list is? Yes. Yes.
Jenny's
I
booked
have a
out to
significant
2028.
list.
What
Yeah.
she could, maybe she could do a painting of when Bortus's what is it, year-long wait is over.
That sounds Ponfari to me.
Nah, not too Ponfari.
Fortis in the holodeck and
Yeah.
his addiction.
Okay, that's a good one.
It's hilarious.
Anyway, yeah, that's really cool. I think the Orville, I love the characters. I love the characters on the Orville.
Mm,
That's always the thing. Like on a first episode of Star Trek or something similar, you're like, all right, we need good characters, otherwise nobody's gonna
yeah.
care.
Exactly.
Ain't
Yeah.
nobody
Exactly.
gonna care if the characters aren't cool. And in episode one of the Orville, it's a very obvious. We're introducing the viewers to the characters. It's like
Yeah.
really obvious that that's what they're doing. But they introduced us to likable characters and interesting characters. So
hmm
I was all for it.
Interesting characters. Yes. Yeah, I agree. The character development is really good on the show.
hmm
One
And
Trek
they're
fan says, I've never seen the Orville either,
complex.
Jenny R. Johnson. Sorry, Melissa.
See,
Hmm.
Oh.
see, Lisa and I, we know
Okay.
what's up.
Yeah.
Well, that's all the news, everybody. So let's talk about the week ahead. First off, yesterday on the Seventh Rule YouTube channel, we released our full review of The First Duty. The First Duty, which is kind of close to what Bortus
Ooh.
was doing.
Oh
Uh,
my.
it's related. Uh, And
Gonna
of
invite
course,
people
as you
to it.
know, our guest was Wil Wheaton talking about his experience on the first duty, which was just awesome. It was so great to hear all of his stories.
Mhm.
Really good, in-depth, honest talk about it. So check that out. The full review is available right now on the Seventh Rule YouTube channel. Coming up on Friday at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern Time on the virtual TrekCon channel. Just come right back here, of course. We have Star Trek and Chill.
We
What is
do.
it, like episode 164 or something like that?
I don't
One,
know.
it's episode 155. 155. This is episode 190 of the main viewer.
Holy
Jeepers.
mackerel.
190, you guys.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Funny because every time I put that into YouTube,
hmm
like the numbers make me think of something, like 187, you know what
Right.
I was thinking on that one. Uh, or if like 144 is a gross, things like that. 169 is just gross or whatever. Like, so anyway, the point is, 190 live chat.
Mhm.
What does 190 make you think of? Any number or the 190, what does that correlate to in any way? I can't think of anything, but that's what I always do. I like to see that. Anyway, so that is this Friday at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern Time on the Seventh Rule YouTube channel, Star Trek and Chill. Then this coming Sunday at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern Time on the Seventh Rule YouTube channel. Sorry, Star Trek and Chill is Virtual TrekCon channel.
Right.
Sunday, 9 a.m. Pacific, we have our first segment review of The Next Phase, Next Generation episode, The Next
Ooh.
Phase. That's a fun one, giving
That's one of my
Roland something to
faves.
do.
I love that episode.
I like that one too.
It's
Mhm.
crazy.
Next
There's only 2
fave.
episodes left in the 5th season.
I know it. I know it.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
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 What?
I think we're probably just going to skip the inner light and just go to the end.
Don't.
Well, because nobody really, right? Does anybody like that one? Isn't that one kind of
Everybody likes him.
unlikable?
More like the inner bite.
I love it.
Here's my impression of Picard.
He loves it.
I know.
He misses
Such a
them.
good moment.
It was
He's
for me.
traumatized.
It was for me.
Yeah. So anyway,
I know, makes me cry too.
but this Sunday is the next phase, and we'll have to wait for the inner light. And then, well, let's talk about next Monday. What's next Monday? Oh, there it is. On the Seventh Rule YouTube channel, we have the full review of The Cost of Living with Christopher Halstead joining in. All right. So, the Matt, where can people find you and your goodies online, please?
Well, you can check out
Or
my
in
YouTube
person.
channel. Or in person. Oh, maybe Vegas. Maybe Vegas. If you dare. But you can also check me out on YouTube. You can check me out here on the main viewer every Tuesday. You can check me out online on the interwebs, and maybe check out my ArtStation page for some cool Star Trek art. Yes, very good. Okay.
Okay, so we have some 190s here.
Oh.
Linda Anderegg says, I 190? Where's that? Joel says, 190. Not boiling, but it will cook pasta. Well, that's a good one. I like that.
Right.
You see,
All right.
Jenny, because in Celsius it would definitely be boiling, but in Fahrenheit, you understand, our boiling is 212, I think.
We cook using Fahrenheit.
Is that, oh, you don't have to like translate it to like kilometers or anything?
No.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Temperature
that's cool.
outside, Celsius. Temperature in your oven, Fahrenheit.
Wow, really?
Oh, yeah.
So edgy.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Walter says 190 equals 19 millimeters at 100, what is that, Matt? ppcm resolution in Photoshop.
Pixel, where is it?
Pixels per centimeter?
Centimeter. Yeah, pixels per centimeter.
Oof, that gave me a headache. Anyway, what about you, Jenny R. Johnson? Where can people find you and your goodies online, please?
Well, first I want to say my favorite part of the next phase is when the Romulan goes through the bulkhead and then he like sort of like cartwheels away. I love it so much.
Come on.
Anyway, that said, you can find me on my website. Actually, you can't find me on my website, but you can find a whole bunch of other stuff. Like you can find information about me and what I do, and also some pictures of the things I make. And then you can also go to my shop and buy prints of the pictures that you can take home to yourself. Also, oh yeah, and social media. Oh, I'm all over that. You can find me at Jenny R. Johnson on all the social medias. Well, not all of them, but most of them. Most of the time.
Find her on Vine, people. Thanks very much, Jenny R. Johnson. What about you,
Yes.
Melissa Longo? Can you be found on Vine like grapes?
No, but I do like grapes. And dried grapes. But
grapes.
You can find me at walkingartmadebymelissa.com. Woohoo, go check out what's there. There's a sale going on right now for all IDIC rainbow or LGBTQIA plus IDIC shirt and the rainbow pillows too. So go check that out. 20% IDIC pride in the box during checkout is the code. That's the code. So,
In the box.
in the box, the code box. But Melissa Wonga, walking art made by Melissa. And here on the YouTube, virtual TrekCon, the seventh rule, three fat lobsters. La, 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 la.
Joel said in the
And-
live chat, he said, do the three fat lobsters hand thingy. And
He's
you,
getting
you
ready.
did not
It is my
disappoint.
favorite. It is.
Three fat lobsters. Yes, and yes, sign up for my newsletter because I will be putting Zumba classes online
That's so awesome.
soon. So join me, dance with me. But I have to wait until I get back from Ohio to do all that stuff. So
All right.
Anyway,
So
yeah.
your discount is all month long, correct?
all month long, all June.
Nice. Beautiful. All right, everybody, you can find me online at RyanTG Husk. Once again, that's at RyanTG Husk. You'll see me clicking on a lot of ESPN things. ESPN really should have like social media on their actual website. I would just always be there just clicking on stuff
Right?
and commenting, being like, no, that's a dumb trade. They shouldn't do that. And then people will be like, no, they should add another second round pick to it. And
I
I'd be
can't
like,
believe
that's
he
too
made
much.
that substitution.
That's what I do. Anyway, or you just can find me on YouTube at Virtual Trek Con, The Seventh Rule, or Falling Tower, but especially, or any social media, but especially right here on YouTube, because that's where the fun is. Everybody knows. Thank you to
Yeah.
Tim, Bob, Linda, who says raisin sec. That's right, you got it. Joel, Dave, Herbert, Melanie, Glenn, Tim, Amanda, Bob D. Did we already say Glenn? We did. Man, so nice. We named him twice. Chris Marshall, Joshua, Lucia, May Borello. Oh, also, Rose Kirby asked us a question. She said, what season is the Orville on? They've completed 3 seasons. We're still
Right.
waiting forever for the 4th season. Supposedly, they say it's something they want to do, but who knows if it's ever going to happen. And thank you to Fran, Walter, and Nanoti. Do I keep missing when Nanoti tells us
Yeah,
how to say?
she did say
What did
that
she say?
she said your pronunciation was great.
Oh, what a relief. Okay,
And something about French.
En
I'm
français.
listening.
Something about
Also,
your French pronunciation is great or something like that.
oh, thanks. Imagine that, my first language. Ryan Galloway, Sabco, that's a cool name. John Davis, Corey, thank you very much for hanging out with us, everybody. That's it for us, right? Everybody, please make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon for notifications. That's the fun stuff, and it's free. I think that's it. All right. When you guys are thinking about the Orville, put it on the main viewer, but mostly for Star Trek.